Okay, I am back, and it is so great to be back. I missed Thursday. I had something important to do. Jamal says, salute Afro Elite. Salute to you, Jamal. I'm glad you're here. I tried to be as on time as I could be, but there were some interruptions. It's fine. Everything is fine. Everything's going good. But we're going to get started. We are going to get straight started because there's some things that I have to take care of after this. I know I say that all the time, but by now we all know. Oh, and Tasha's here. How you doing, Tasha? B1. Now, we all know about Joe Biden and the immigrants thing. And I'm pretty sure you guys have watched the videos. Now, I know Jason Black has already discussed this, and I'm not trying to compete with Jason Black. I'm not trying to copy what he's already said. I have something else to say. Something else specifically about, oh, Dylan is here. Bronze the God. How you doing? How's everybody doing, family? I have something specific to say about the Black Biden supporters, okay? Last year during 2020, when it was time for elections, does everybody remember they were telling us, vote or die? We have to get Trump out. It doesn't matter who we get in. Joe Biden's not the best option, but he's better than Donald Trump. And it's our ancestors died for us to vote, died for us to have the right to vote. So we have to vote no matter who it is. Let's just completely forget about what Joe Biden has done to black people, against black people. Let's completely forget about that. The only priority black people have is Donald Trump, because they were honestly saying we can't survive another 4 years of Donald Trump. And to be honest, I don't really know what that meant, what they were saying, because they said we can't survive, as if Donald Trump got reelected, he was just going to like nuke every black person. This is not me, because clearly you guys have known me. You guys know me well enough to know that I'm not a Donald Trump supporter at all. I've had a video breaking down Donald Trump's anti-black history. So this isn't in a defense to Donald Trump. I'm just saying, they said we have to pick the lesser of two evils, right? That's the thing, the lesser of two evils. So they chose Joe Biden. They were proud for Joe Biden. I saw a whole bunch of TikToks, whole bunch of Instagram posts, Facebook posts. You couldn't say nothing about Joe Biden or Kamala Harris during that time. They were so proud, so loyal to Joe Biden. And that lasted up until he became president. Then after, shortly after he was president, they just started to kind of drift away. And when I say drift away, I mean they vanished like Thanos snapped his gauntlet, and they just disappeared. They turned into dust, because they realized, oh, they advocated for somebody. They advocated for Joe Biden so hard. They made it seem like Joe Biden was literally Jesus. They like, you see Joe Biden walking on water? He's Jesus. We have to vote for Joe Biden. They were making it seem like Joe Biden was going to be the man to save the world and fix all of the world's problems. And Donald Trump, not defending Donald Trump, but Donald Trump was this big bad dude that we couldn't survive 4 more years of. So we have to get rid of him. And now they're looking super stupid because us, and when I say us, I mean intelligent black people, first black people, foundational black Americans, as the Black Network likes to call it, certified black people. We were saying Joe Biden is an anti-black racist. It makes no logical sense to vote for him at all. It would be a smarter idea to just pull back and hold your vote, and you can let the one party burn completely to the ground, because we've been loyal for them for decades and decades and decades and decades, and we have gotten nothing at all in return. But they have benefited everybody else. So we have to show them that if we are not going to get tangibles, if we're not going to get specifics, we are not going to support them anymore. But they said, no, that doesn't matter. Specifics don't matter. Tangibles don't matter. We're just going to vote for Joe Biden, and we're going to trust Joe Biden. We're going to give him a second chance, and he's going to do something for black people because he's changed. He's changed. He's realized his mistakes. Now, I've made another video talking about how Joe Biden didn't realize his mistakes. I've even talked about how I not got into it, but I've talked to my own grandmother. This was right after Joe Biden was elected. Me and my grandmother was talking about Joe Biden. And I said, Joe Biden has an anti-black history. Joe Biden is not going to change. She was like, oh, well, you know, people make mistakes. People, you know, but he can change. He does regret what he did. Even though I showed you on a clip, Joe Biden specifically, when asked, do you regret the 94 crime bill? He said, no, he does not regret it. And he said he got black support. Okay. That leads us to today. Now, since Joe Biden has been the president of the United States of America, he has signed over 60 executive orders specifically handling issues and giving tangibles and specific policy, political benefits to everybody except us. And when I say us, I mean foundational black Americans. Really all black people, but especially foundational black Americans. Even though he said, and I'm going to show you this clip actually, even though he thanked us. Yeah, let me get this nice and big for you guys. Because Joe Biden thanked us specifically. And I want you guys to remember this. Now, I've already showed you guys this, but I want you to remember this clip this clip specifically.
We put together the broadest and most diverse coalition in history. Democrats, Republicans, Independents, progressives, moderates, conservatives, young, old, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, transgender, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. I mean it, especially those moments, and especially those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb. The African-American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours.
He said, we've always had his back, which we shouldn't have, and he has ours. Okay, so when he first got in there, he started changing gender identity things. And when they say gender identity, that means transgender, or specifically white men who don't identify as white men. They identify as white women. Changing that, he's done that. Then the Asian hate propaganda came up. Then he started giving specific benefits to Asians, to the Asian Americans, okay? Then he pulled out of Afghanistan. Then the Taliban took over the government in Afghanistan. So he sends his people, he sends the army, the American army, to go pick up Afghan refugees, non-citizen Afghan refugees, and ship them over to America by the thousands and give them reparations. Okay, so some people might, oh, he's not giving them reparations. He's not giving them reparations. So we can be very clear. So we can be very, very clear. I'm going to, and I wish I would have did this before, but I'm going to look up live with you guys the definition, because I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Maybe he's not giving them reparations. Maybe he's giving them something else. But I was under the impression that reparations is cash compensation, is compensation for wrongdoing that has been done to you or your people. Okay, that's what I believe. So let's look at the Google's definition of what reparations is. Okay, now it says right here. Okay, reparations, the making of amends for a wrong one has done by paying money to or otherwise helping those who have been wronged. Okay, so that is the definition of reparations, which is very important. I need you guys to remember this because that's going to come up again later. That's going to come up again later. So now, then, after he gives the Afghanistan, not citizens, Afghanistan migrants, reparations, then the Haitians came over here because they got a lot of stuff going on. Not gonna say America is to blame. Definitely not gonna say they're not though. But he has a lot of stuff going. Haiti has a lot of stuff going on. So they came to the border. Now I'm not caping for Haiti, but Joe Biden's administration literally had grown white men whipping them on horsebacks. Okay, they were suffering at the border. People dying at the border. They getting whipped by horseback. They got shipped out. They like, no, we're not taking you. You look, you thought the immigrant stuff counted for all immigrants. No, we're just doing the non-black immigrants. That's what we're doing, because the Afghanistans, they're pretty much white people. Even what's that name? Tucker Carlson. Even Tucker Carlson was all like, yeah, they pretty much white to us. I mean, yeah, they got a different religion and ethnicity, but you know, you can't really tell the difference. But you can tell the difference with Haitians, though. So he was like, no, Haitians, y'all got to get out of here. They forced Haitians out. They cleared Haitians out incredibly quickly. Okay. Then after clearing the Haitians out, he was all like, I think that we should give reparations to the white Mexican immigrants, or not immigrants, aliens, who decided to break into America and live here. These non-citizens who broke a federal law and were sent back to they were sent in a detention center until they were sent back to Mexico, where they belong, because they're not supposed to be in America. I'm going to give them reparations for the fact that we had to kick them out of America. How much now? Reparations. How much reparations do you think that Joe Biden was considering giving them? Joe Biden was considering that. It's not done yet. It has not been done. But Joe Biden was considering giving them reparations up to $450,000 per person, per person in a family. Okay, that is a lot of money. That's close to $500,000. That's close. Even let's just 400,000 after black people were specifically told no to reparations. We've been told no. We've been told by Roland Martin, and I tried to look for Roland Martin, but he's blocked me, so I can't find certain clips on his Twitter. But Roland Martin was telling black people, foundational black Americans, that we're stupid and we don't understand how politics work, because you can't do anything specifically for one person, specifically for one group, right? We were told, Kamala Harris said that she's not going to do anything specifically for black people. No, that something that was going to help everybody is going to help black people the most because we are the most disenfranchised, right? But you have all these specific things done to everybody else. See, this is the game that they're playing that they think we're stupid, right? They'll do something for everybody else and be like, okay, well, that's different though. That's different. That's different. For you guys, we can do something that includes you. You don't get nothing specific at all. You get included in the everybody policy. That's what you get. And you should be happy you get included in the everybody policy. Even if it has the title black, it will have people of color. It will have black and brown. It will have inner city, minority. It will have small businesses. It will have disenfranchised communities. It will have something in there that can crowbar a whole nother group of people in there. If they say black in gender identity is transgender stuff, which white people are transgenders. So that they can be included in that. Okay. Now, I was watching this one video from my brother Terrain Rain. I believe that's how his name is pronounced. You guys definitely go to check his channel out. He's actually giving me a big shout out, and I very much so appreciate that. But I was watching his video. Now he does videos Friday where he has people call up and they were talking about this policy. This it's not like it's something that's being done, but it's something that's being considered. One of the callers said, okay, this is what's being considered, but it won't be done. There's no way that this is going to pass. There's no way that this is going to pass. And Terrain said it doesn't matter if it's going to pass or not. It's the fact that they're considering it. It's the fact that this is even an option. This is even something that they're proposing. Because when it comes to reparations, we get told flat out, straight up, no. We get told that anything specifically for us is a handout. Anything specifically for us is too divisive. And in America, apparently just doesn't have the money. Remember about like a week or two ago, they were claiming that America was like bankrupt and that we had no more money. Right? They had no more money about it. Okay. But they have all this money to give everybody else something. It's always these excuses when it comes to black people. It's always, you guys just don't understand how politics work. We got to vote this person. Now, the Democrats have the president. The president is a Democrat, and Congress. Congress is made of two sections pretty much. The House of Representatives, and the Senate. Both of these people, both of the sections, and I'm not trying to like really break it down like too much, but I'm just trying to give you a little bit of understanding. One section can be like Democrat or Republican, and another section can be like Democrat, another section can be Republican. So in this term, Joe Biden, a Democratic president, has the Senate and the House majority Democrat. So that means when he wants something passed, majority of Congress is going to side with him because they are a part of the party. So Joe Biden has more power to do stuff than Donald Trump did. But he keeps telling us it's this problem where I can't do this. It's just we got to go through this. We got to go through HR 40. And Jason Black did a great broadcast explaining how much of a trick HR 40 is. Now I'm gonna say a little bit. Then I'm gonna read some of your comments. I see you guys saying what you guys got to say. HR 40 is not a study on how we're going to distribute reparations. HR 40 is a study on whether we should even give reparations. It's not even the first step to getting reparations. It's considering should we take that step to reparations. Now the black Biden supporters are always talking about, oh, you don't understand how politics works. There's got to be a study. There's got to be voting. There's got to be this. There's got to be that. None of that has to happen. And this is why they're so quiet, because that doesn't have to happen with Asians. Asians didn't need a study for the anti-hate crime bill, or whatever the name of that bill was specifically for them. Okay. Afghanistan migrants, aliens, really is what they're called. They call them refugees. Okay. They didn't need a study. We didn't need to vote for them to even come here and then for them to get tangibles. We got homeless black people in Chicago and Dallas and LA, in New York, all over the place. And they get to get shipped over here, and they get, better places to live. They get grants and loans and, spots to set up businesses, while foundational black Americans get denied businesses. But the black Biden supporters are always telling us that we're the ones who don't understand. We don't understand how politics works. Now, Roland is always talking about, the issue is, he always says the issue is the fact that we need to vote more. We just need more voting. We need to vote for Democrats more because they have to have complete total power. Now, the reason why we're not getting anything is because that one Republican, it can be one Republican, that one single Republican, he voted no. That's why we can't get reparations. So we got to wait another 2 years so we can vote that one Republican out. We got to, now, all these other groups of people are getting stuff like instantly. They're getting stuff instantly. You got illegal criminals, which is what they are, breaking into a country. Criminals coming over to America, coming over to America, getting sent back, and then getting a reparations package. They have not benefited America whatsoever. Now, Joe Biden's talking about how he's going to fix the economy. How do you expect to fix the economy if you're using the taxpayers' dollars to give to non-citizens? Okay? We read some of the comment. Oh, I hope I pronounced your name right. Rain Reloaded is in the room. Okay. Shout out to you, brother. Now, let me get to some of these comments. Mr. Corey says, Jamal says, let's not forget about Joe Biden saying that if we don't vote for him, we're not black. Yeah, the audacity of Joe Biden to say something like that. If we don't vote for him, we're not black. He would never say that to anybody else, nor did he apologize for that. And you still had stupid ass Biden supporters voting for him. Now, I'm trying not to curse too much. I'm really trying to get cursing out of my videos as far as me is concerned. Somebody guess, y'all can say what y'all want to. But as far as me, I'm trying to get that out. But there will be some. Although I don't consider ass to be a curse word like that anyway. Then Kenneth says, and there were black students at Howard University living and sleeping in tents because the dorm rooms were infested and in poor shape. And why can't they get $450,000? You have black students, American black students, who are supposed to go and benefit the economy, the American economy. They gotta sleep like they're homeless, literally like they're homeless, because their conditions are so bad. Their living conditions are so bad. Okay, you have so many problems that black Americans are fixing right now that we could use. Has anybody forgotten about Flint, Michigan? Professor Black Truth brought up the fact that Michigan has another water crisis besides Flint. You have homeless black people. You have black people like how Kenneth just brought up, sleeping in tents, black students sleeping in tents. All these issues, and Joe Biden is all like, yeah, let's give white Hispanic immigrants, because they're white according to him, because he doesn't give a damn about the Haitian immigrants. He's not considering giving Haitian immigrants shit. He's not giving them a damn thing, but he's giving damn near $500,000 to Hispanic immigrants. Dylan says, Jay, how do you feel about Ice Cube quitting the movie because they were pushing the shot on him? I salute to our brother Ice Cube for standing his ground, for standing on his square. He does not, hey, you can't force anybody to take a foreign substance. Okay? Now I got to be very picky with my words because YouTube has a tendency to shadow ban people, right? If you say anything against this what they approve of. But I definitely salute to him. And he doesn't need Ice Cube is the boss. He's made his own movies. Whatever movie he walked out of, they're probably missing more money than he is. So, and then Terrain says, it's first time watching you live. Oh, well, that's a great thing. Salute. Okay. And then Angus says, Biden cut out funding to HBCUs. Yeah, I heard that too. And all these damn HBCU niggas like, oh, he gonna get rid of my student loans. He gonna get rid of my student loans. No, now he's cutting the funding. Now you look super stupid. Super stupid. Now, speaking of super stupid, that segues to what we have next, right? That segues to another point. So you have Biden supporters who are voting for Biden supporters. This one lady, I don't know her name. She's like really clicked in with Roland Martin. I don't know her name. She goes with like what black women's voices or something. Like she claims like she's some type of representative of black women. Where is that post? Let me see. So here we go. Here we go right here. Oh, she didn't block. Okay. Don't know why it took so long to find her. Ooh. Why is it not? Oh, the volume's off.
Separation policy.
Okay, let's go back.
Here we go with the bullshit. I'm already seeing people, chaos agents, trying to run.
Now, so you know, so here's how we're gonna do this. We are going to play the entire thing, and then I'm going to play it back, and then we're gonna break down it so nobody can say let her speak or whatever. Here we go.
Disinformation campaign that President Biden is paying quote unquote reparations to immigrants impacted by Donald Trump's child separation policy. Now, I know the reason why they chose the word reparations is because they want to draw a juxtaposition between the fact that American descendants of slaves, of enslaved people, have not gotten reparations and try and make it seem like, look, Joe Biden is giving immigrants reparations before they give black people reparations. Where is our reparations at? Joe Biden ain't doing shit for black people. That's what they're trying to evoke and get people all ginned up about. Well, here are the facts. The fact is, for one, we don't even know if it's true. This is what the Wall Street Journal is reporting. That's being considered, okay? It's not even a done deal. But what we know is that there were over 5,000 people who were impacted by Donald Trump's inhumane and cruel child separation policy. Now, I know y'all motherfuckers ain't out there arguing that it was okay to separate these families. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Now, there are hundreds, over 900 lawsuits, claims that have been filed against the United States government, claiming a number of things. The average payout being requested from lawsuits is $3.4 million. So what the Biden-Harris administration is considering is setting up a settlement system in which a family would be paid up to $1 million or $450,000 per person if only one person is involved. So do the math. 450, 3.4 million. Also, do the math. How much does it take to litigate these cases? It's not free to defend the United States government against lawsuits, okay? So this is an orderly and a timely and a more economical solution to the fact that hundreds, if not thousands of lawsuits are being filed against the United States or have been filed against the United States. Now, it may not, they've thrown out a number of up to $1 billion. It may not be that much, depending on how many people actually file a claim. That has to happen. So this isn't a matter of reparations. It's not a matter of, look at Joe Biden doing something for immigrants and he ain't doing nothing for black people. It's a matter of settling lawsuits against the U.S. government, period.
Okay. Let me push her to the side so you guys can see my facial expression as I break this down. Now, I know she's been getting dragged all over my timeline. Now, to an extent, because she's been blocking pretty much every person who disagrees with her. She has this long ass block list, but she hasn't blocked me yet. I don't know why. I guess she doesn't know who I am. She will soon. But let's go back.
Here we go with the bullshit. I'm already seeing.
I mean, just how she's starting. Here we go with the bullshit. Okay.
People, chaos agents trying to run with this disinformation campaign that President Biden is paying quote unquote reparations to immigrants impacted by Donald Trump's child separation policy. Now, I know the reason why they chose the word reparations is because they want to draw a juxtaposition between the fact that American descendants of slaves, of enslaved people, have not gotten reparations, and try and make it seem like, look, Joe Biden is giving immigrants.
Now, here's the thing. She calls us agents of chaos for pointing out. She was like, I know why they chose the word reparations. We chose the word reparations because that's what the hell is going on. We just looked up the definition of reparations. You get reparations when reparations is money compensation for a wrongdoing, for a grievance that you have to another group. That's what reparations is by definition. So what she's saying is, oh, I know what they're going to say. I know why they're using the word reparations. Notice how she didn't say that how this is not reparations. She didn't say, oh, I know why they're using the word reparations, but you shouldn't use the word reparations because that's not what it is. She didn't say that's not what it is. She says, I know why you're using it. Yeah, you know why we're using it because that's what the fuck it is. It's reparations.
Reparations before they give black people reparations. Where is our reparations at? Joe Biden ain't doing shit for black people. That's what they're trying to evoke and get.
That's what's going on. Now, notice when she talks about Joe Biden ain't doing nothing for black people, she doesn't say what Joe Biden has done. They make fun of the fact that we're talking about Joe Biden hasn't done anything for black people, but he hasn't done anything for black people. How is she going to make fun of, oh, they're talking about Joe Biden not doing anything for black people. Okay, well, what has Joe Biden done for black people? And she completely skips over that.
People all ginned up about. Well, here are the facts. The fact is, for one, we don't even know if it's true. This is what the Wall Street.
Doesn't matter if it's true. The fact that it's being considered.
That's being considered.
That's the point.
It's not even a done deal. But what we know is that there were over 5,000 people who were impacted by Donald Trump's inhumane and cruel child separation policy. Now, I know y'all motherfuckers ain't out there arguing that it was okay to separate these families.
Did you see the way she talks to black people? And all these bootlicks talk to black people the same way. Roland, I know you motherfuckers ain't agreeing with that. I'm like, what? You talk? She would never talk to them like that. Now, the thing is, this is me. I don't wish any harm on any group of children at all, period, whatsoever. But I'm going to keep it real with you. I didn't lose any sleep over them kids. I didn't. I swear to God, I didn't. Why? Why didn't I? I know you're like, oh my God, that's so mean. How could you say that? Why didn't I? Because I asked the question, what is the difference? Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Let me calm down and let me ask you a serious question. What is the difference between a cage and a jail cell? Look, like, what is the actual difference? I mean, yeah, the bars might be set up a little differently, but they're pretty much the same thing, right? Do you see any of the Mexicans? Do you see any of the Hispanic community, any of the Latins trying to cape for the black children who are falsely incarcerated? Black people get falsely incarcerated more than anybody else, and nobody comes to their rescue. But when the Hispanic kids who actually did break into a country gets put in cages, black people are supposed to come to their rescue. See, this is why I didn't lose any sleep, because they're not going to lose any sleep for you. Remember when Haitians were getting beat up at the border and there was pictures of white men whipping Haitians? This is what, and I said this in another video, this is what the Hispanic immigrants had to say. Remember this was on Twitter. They were sitting there making fun of the Haitians getting whipped, saying, good job, put the alligators back, put the alligators in the water again. So when is it actually gonna be legal to fire at them without punishment? These are Hispanic people talking about shooting black immigrants. Shit looks like a Western movie. Hee ha, howdy boy, something like that. He said, whatever. The fuck are they on horses for? Yeehaw. Look at how the Hispanics, these Mexicans, making fun of the fact that black people were getting whipped at the border, but we supposed to care about they damn kids. Look, listen, they hold their own nuts. That's their problem. Okay, they should be in Mexico. That's where they should be. That's their home. Okay, you don't see them capering for us, and you damn sure wouldn't see whatever her name is, Roland Martin, anybody wagging their finger at them, telling them how much they should support. I know you motherfuckers ain't going. What? That's their problem. They ain't got nothing to do with us. That has nothing to do with us. Whether it's cool or not, shit. You know what? That's their parents' fault. They do not deserve reparations for that. They don't deserve reparations for being caught breaking into something. Imagine trying to rob a bank and you get caught and sent to jail. And then they said, you know what? Jail is kind of tough. So let's give you a portion of what you are going to rob the bank for. Let's give them, even considering the thought of giving them $450,000 each. Just considering that for you breaking into the country. Okay, now let's continue.
Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. Now, there are hundreds, over 900 lawsuits, claims that have been filed against the United States government, claiming a number of things. The average payout being requested from lawsuits is $3.4 million.
Now she goes into, oh, this is a smart idea for the Biden administration because of all of the lawsuits that they're going to have. They're going to have a lot of lawsuits. So this is the smart idea, just to give them $500,000 each because they have a lot of lawsuits. Now, my thing is this. My thing is, how are these lawsuits going to work? How are illegal aliens, illegal immigrants going to come and try to sue them for what? Lawsuits for what? Let's just be honest. Lawsuits for them being deported back to Mexico. They're not worried about no damn lawsuits. Oh my God, all these lawsuits just piling up. Let's just give them what? That's it. She talking about do the math. The fact, no, they're not worried about no stupid ass lawsuits. That's the dumbest thing. They're not even citizens here. They have no rights to this country. They're gonna sue Listen, if you went to Mexico, if you tried to break into Mexico and they had you locked up, which is what they would do, they had you locked up and they sent you back to America, do you think that you would even be considered, the judge would even see your case if you tried to sue the Mexican government for sending you back or for locking you up? You don't get no lawsuits for trying to break what? You're not even a citizen there. So all that, she can miss me with all that lawsuit stuff. She's trying to use the damn stupid ass word salad to confuse you and then talk about numbers, because what she's trying to do is confuse you into thinking that this is some super advanced political strategy and that this is the smart idea for Joe Biden to do. This isn't reparations. This isn't reparations. But this is the smart idea because of the lawsuits that nobody's ever heard about. Nobody was suing Donald Trump when he was actually doing it. Nobody was suing. You've never heard of illegal immigrants having grave amounts of billion-dollar lawsuits for being deported. You've never heard of that before. But all of a sudden, oh my God, the lawsuits just piling up. We got to get rid of these lawsuits. Man, if you don't get out of here, shout out to everybody in here. If you guys can please leave a like and comment. I see you guys doing a lot of commenting. I would appreciate that. Shout out to every single last one of you. Now, what's interesting is I made a post. Let me get this off the screen. For 1 second. So I made a post saying, the black Biden supporters, they not around. They were so loud and proud. They had so much to say. They were so boastful about what they had to say the other day. It was so boastful. I mean, not the other day. They had so much pride about Joe Biden. They was talking about, let's support Joe Biden. We got to support Joe Biden. We got to get rid of Donald Trump. And I can't find them anymore. That's just the weirdest thing. I can't seem to find them. Where I'm trying to find that specific. Let me see. I know how to find it. Fast way to find it. Okay. This is the post, right? Now, most people agree with this. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it. Okay. Now it goes. Is it just me or are all of the black Biden supporters missing? They were loud and proud last year, but I can't find a single one anymore. You couldn't shut the damn Biden trolls up. You couldn't. They were talking about how great Biden would be. Oh, just give him some time. Give him some time. He's almost been president for a whole year, and he's done everything he possibly could to benefit everybody but us, despite the fact that he said, oh, you guys always had my back, and I will have yours. Despite that, he's had everybody else's back except our back. Okay? This one individual now said something. There was some people here. I have to still look. This guy right here says, try looking harder. What's your question? So, let me move this a little bit to the side. Try looking harder. What's your question? So, I asked, are you so you're a Biden supporter? Now, let me not assume anything. So I asked, you're a Biden supporter? He says, yep, he's a Biden supporter. Okay. So then we get into this conversation. Now, I would have roasted him then, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let this be a teaching moment for the audience here. So I'm going to test the intelligence of Biden supporters, right? Let me show you how smart this Biden supporters are. I says, why would you, as a black man, support Joe Biden despite his track record of anti-black racism? He says, let me zoom in actually. He says, what track record besides the crime bill? What track record besides the crime bill, which had majority black Americans support and busing? Can't change the past. I'm sure you see things differently than you did in the 90s. I was a baby in the 90s. Like it or not, the Democrats are the only help we're getting from only help we're getting to get reparations. Only help we're getting to get reparations. Last I checked, the Democrats specifically said that we're not getting anything specific. Last I checked, when it came to Ice Cube's contract for Black America, right before the elections in 2020, when he went to Joe Biden said, hey, talk to me after the election. I'm too busy right now. Talk to me after the election. Donald Trump, not caping for him, but Donald Trump was more willing to even consider or to talk about Ice Cube's contract for Black America. So if you're comparing apples to apples, really, and this is not me caping for him, but if you're going to compare, the Democrats are least likely to do anything specific for black people. So we go on to say this. Now, I didn't let that get me off track, though. I say, first off, those things are more than enough. He was all like, oh, he keeps saying, oh, what track record, despite the crime bill, despite the most notorious crime bill we've had in the last 50 years, what track, and busing, what track record? Those things are more than enough for black people not to support him. And then I said, second, I hate the fact that I misspelled that. I meant asked. I asked, not asked. I asked, what good has he done for black people? Him saying we should get over the bad stuff he's done is not a good thing. I specifically asked, what good has he done? Because he just named the bad. I didn't even bring up the crime bill. He brought up the crime bill, and he brought up busing. I didn't bring that up. He did. I asked what good he's done. He's brought up the bad shit. Okay? So then he goes to say, oh, since he's been in office, since the 70s, I would suspect quite a lot. However, I am not a law geek who can name them, but I'd say most of the healthcare, employment, housing, welfare benefits you have now. Listen, I said, where are the Black Biden supporters? Let me calm down so you can comprehend what was going through my mind. I said, where are the Black Biden supporters? I said, they're all missing. He said, no, they're not all missing. I'm right here. What's your question? And I said, okay, are you a Black Biden supporter? He says, yes, I am a Black Biden supporter. So I'm all like, well, what good has he done? Well, I don't know that much about law, but I guess he's done a lot of stuff. He's been in politics for a while. Let me use an analogy so you guys can really understand that. If I ask a general question, who all here likes that movie, whatever movie it is, who all here likes that movie? And somebody says, I like that movie. And I ask you're raising your hand, you like that movie? He says, yes, I do like that movie. Okay, well, what good things are about that movie? What do you like about that movie? Well, I mean, I don't really know. I haven't watched the movie yet. But I assume there's a lot of good stuff in the movie. That's pretty much what he said. I asked, you're a Black Biden supporter? Yep, I am. Okay, well, what good has he done? Well, I'm not a law geek. I really can't tell you, but I assume a lot. This is the intelligence this is one of the smartest Black Biden supporters you probably will ever have a conversation with. But this is the top of their intelligence. Right here is the ceiling of the intelligence of the Black Biden supporters. Okay, this is the top. I found the smartest one, the smartest and the bravest, because they're all in hiding right now. I guess he didn't get the memo, but they're all supposed to be in hiding. He's the bravest one. He's the smartest one, and he doesn't even know anything about law. I asked, what positive thing has he done for black people? He started naming negatives, and I said, no, sir, not the negatives, the positives. Oh, well, I don't know. Okay, we're not done, though. Okay, so then I said, so you can specifically name the negative things he's done to black people, but when it comes to positive things, you're just guessing he's done something? Then he says, oh, that's because every young person brings up the crime bill, and Harris said that busing during the debates. However, nobody brings up when they win. Human nature is to say what you don't have, not what's in the bag. That just blew me. I don't know what the hell that means. But he's like, oh, every young person brings up the crime bill. Every old person all you old niggas should be bringing up the crime bill. It affected y'all the most. It affected y'all. Jason, that's these old niggas. Y'all the ones, every young person, like that's a young person problem. No, that was a problem in your generation. We're talking about the crime bill. Now I'm still saying, what specific good has he done? Oh, y'all just bringing that up because you made it seem like it's false. No, it's not false. It's not false. He's done that. You bring it up because you heard he's done that. Yeah, we have. And he has done that. And he hasn't took it back. Okay. Yeah, then I say, okay, you're trying to belittle the crime bill like it isn't enough racism not to support him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the crime bill is something, but that's like a level 9. Well, I would need a level 10 not to support him. That's a level 9, maybe an 8, but that's enough. No, that's enough. The crime bill is enough. Forget about busing. Forget about him being a pro-segregation. That's enough. But you can, and I said he's naming the bad things. I have not even named the bad things that Joe Biden has done. He's named the bad things. I say I keep asking him, name something good, and he can't do it. I'm like, but you can't name a single reason why a black man should support him. You just can't. He says the crime bill ended the crack era, which was needed. Which was needed. You're part of the post-crack era, so all you know is black on black violence. I guess he was on crack when he made that tweet. I can't really comprehend, like, the grammar is just so terrible. But the crime bill ended the crack era. Okay, let me take a sip, because my brain is like, it's got a headache. The crime bill didn't end the damn crack era, okay? Just point blank period. Now, I've already did a video of a while ago, some months ago, about the crack epidemic. The crime bill didn't end the crack epidemic. He wanted to lock black people up, okay? So, there's so much I can say to this. If it was, now he's talking about, it ended the crack era. It really didn't. Okay. If crime bills, now I'm asking you guys, if crime bills end drug epidemics, why hasn't there been a crime bill for any white drug epidemic? Because back during the crack era, there were two different, the crack is cocaine. Okay. There's crack cocaine, and then there is powdered cocaine. Black people were doing the crack cocaine. Now, I explained this all in my video. Black people were doing the crack cocaine. White people were doing the powdered cocaine. The crime bill, what he did, and Professor Black Truth broke this down before too. What that did was that created a 100-to-1 disparity between crack cocaine and powdered cocaine. So you would need 100 times as much powdered cocaine to go to jail for the same amount of time that you would for crack cocaine. So if you get caught with like 5 grams of crack cocaine, you would go to jail for, let's say, 5 years. You would need 500 grams of powder cocaine to go to jail for 5 years. Then, not to mention, the people who put crack in the community, they didn't go to jail. The government who put the crack in the community sent black people to jail for doing the crack. Because crack didn't come, there was never a day where kilos of crack cocaine was raining out of the sky. No, that never happened. Was just kilos of crack was just hitting people's cars, and then we started. No, we can't even make crack here without ingredients found in other countries. If Joe Biden cares so much about drugs and ending drug epidemics, why is there such a dramatically different approach when it comes to the CIA? Exactly. Why is there such a dramatic different approach when it comes to opioids? Why, when it comes to opioids and meth, why is it a public health issue? It's not a just lock them up and throw away the keys. They're predators. It's not our job to rehabilitate. I'm quoting Joe Biden. It's not our job to rehabilitate them, lock them up. It doesn't matter why they're like that. It doesn't matter if it's our fault. That doesn't matter. It's our job to take them out of society. That's what Joe Biden said. Why has he not said that to white people who do meth? And the meth epidemic is way larger than the crack epidemic. You won't hear that on the mainstream media because white people are the ones using the meth and the opioids. You won't hear that on the mainstream media, but it was back-to-back campaign. Nancy Reagan talked about just say no, just say no. Ain't no just say no for white folks though. Now it's a public health thing. They damn near letting them do letting them do drugs. They providing them clean needles and drug houses, whatever they call that, trap houses or whatever you call that. So we continue, right? So I say, okay, so you're saying the crime bill was a good thing. Now, at first he said the crime bill was a negative thing. Now he's saying the crime bill ended the crack epidemic. So he's going back and forth. He doesn't know what to say. He couldn't think of anything positive to say. So he said, I'm gonna take this negative thing and I'm gonna turn this into a somewhat positive thing. Okay. No, not a good thing. He better be glad, because I would have dragged him if he said that. No, not a good thing. However, always watch the however. No, not a good thing. However, things that happen for many reasons. The biggest because of the violence of the crack era. Blame Reagan, Bush. Look, all of them had something to do with it. All of them had something to do with it. Joe Biden didn't help. Okay. Now, I continue to say, I keep asking this question. Do you realize that you have yet to provide one single reason a black man should support Joe Biden? Then he says, black men should tell me why they support him. Okay. Black men should tell me why they support him. But no, go do nothing as if the world will stop and wait. The Republicans hate us. The Republicans hate us. That is reason enough to keep them out of office. If you vote in the primaries, you pick which Dem you want to run. He says the Republicans hate black people, and that is enough to keep them out of office. Now, there's truth to that. There's truth to that. The Republicans do hate black people. But so do the Democrats. The Democrats do not hate black people any less than the Republicans do. They don't hate black people any less at all. Don't think because they'll put on a damn dashiki and knee. Shout out to Nancy Pelosi. Don't think that they'll do that. Don't think that because they made Juneteenth a federal holiday, means that they don't hate you. Okay. What the Republicans hate, that's more than enough reason to vote. No. That's not, because you're talking about the Republicans. You're talking about the Republicans. We're not on the Republicans. I keep asking you the same question. This whole time, I have not diverted from that question whatsoever. Okay, I've asked for specificity with certain quotes he said, but I keep asking him, what are the positives of voting for Joe Biden for a black person? And he keeps talking about we should just ignore the bad he's done. That's not a damn positive, even if we did. If Joe Biden started fresh, start straight from scratch, fresh, and only let's say we can't take all of the bad stuff away and we just count the good stuff and everything, the clean slate, only the good stuff. Where is the good stuff? He doesn't have any good stuff. Not for us, for Asians, for white gay people, for the Afghanistans or Afghanis, for white Hispanics. You know, for white people. This dude. Okay. Now I said, okay, you're saying that as if the Democrats don't hate black people. Joe Biden has done more to ruin black people's lives than Donald Trump has. That's not me caping for Donald Trump. That's an actual fact. The Biden's law, which is what he called it, the 94 crime bill, Biden also had made sure his name was a part of every other crime bill he could. Every crime bill that he could put his name on, he put his name on. Okay. He talked about he didn't want the schools turning into jungles. Sorry about that. Jungles because of black kids and white kids riding the same bus. Okay. He said that he taught black people how to wear a condom and that it's not unmanly to wear a condom. And he told black women that they can say no. Despite the fact that he has all these sexual assault allegations. Despite that fact, the 94 crime bill has done more to ruin the lives of black people that he's never taken back. than any policy Donald Trump has. The 94 crime bill damn near was a specific lock black niggas up bill. Donald Trump, not caping for him, not saying he has done anything to benefit black people, because he's not in support of reparations either. But you're talking about which one hates you more. Let's compare apples to apples. I think Joe Biden hates black people more. Notice that he doesn't say anything after that. That's the end of that conversation. That's the end of that. He can't say nothing else after that. He's done. He's done. He's lost. Biden has said, so Biden literally said, if you don't vote for me, you're not black. Biden said so much. I could just give you a, let me actually, because he says the Republicans hate black people, and that's just enough reason to vote for the Democrats. So I'm like, okay. That's an interesting statement that he made. It really is. It really, really is. Let me see if I can find there's this one specific clip I'm looking for. Because he's saying that Joe Biden hates black people less than Donald Trump. Okay. So let me do you guys remember this clip? Do you guys remember this clip right here?
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
And you're telling me the Democrats, we should still be so scared of the Democrats that we're just voting. We should still be my fault. We should still be so scared of the Republicans that we're just going to vote Democrat, despite the fact that at this time now he's the president. At that time, this is the leaked Zoom call right there, because after he got elected president, after he got the inauguration, he went MIA on all black people. He wasn't talking to Ice Cube. He wasn't talking to the Congressional Black Caucus. He wasn't talking to Black Lives Matter, like the corporate organization part. He wasn't talking to no black people. He's like, I'm done with y'all niggas. Okay, thanks for getting me the office though. Thanks for giving me the presidency though. And then black people like, hey, Joe Biden, we've been calling and leaving texts and leaving emails. We know you're in the White House. What's up? So he has this private Zoom thing where he damn near goes off on them. Let's listen to it one more time.
This country is doomed.
And I want you, and I've said this before, listen to the tonality he speaks. When people speak to you, this is just in life in general. When people speak, body language in the tone in which people speak can also express a lot. It's not like if I said, if I emphasize a special word, okay? He said this country is doomed. This country is doomed. Notice how he puts emphasis on the word doomed. If you put the way you speak to somebody, if I was to say something like, can you please go sit down? Can you please go sit down? I can say that calmly. Hey, can you please go sit down? If I said, can you please go sit down? You would receive a totally different message from me. And I just came up, you would receive a totally different message from me because of the tone I use. The same words, just the tone. Watch his tone and the way he talks at black people. He's not talking to you guys like, hey, I'm trying to inform you, you know, America's going through some problems. He's sitting and they're all quiet, like he's the father and they're children. America is doomed. It's like you know how when a parent gets angry and they just had that last moment where they're like, okay, I'm done, and calls all the children into the living room or the kitchen or whatever and just starts getting off on everybody. First, y'all loud, y'all disrespectful, y'all never sit down, y'all always making a mess, just going off on everybody. That's what Joe Biden is doing right now. And they're all just being quiet children and listening to him.
This country is doomed. It is doomed, not just because of African Americans, but because by 2040, this country is going to be minority white European. You hear me? Minority white European. And you guys are going to have to start working more with Hispanics, who make up a larger portion of the population than y'all do.
Despite the fact that Hispanics voted more for Trump than they did for his ass wouldn't have been the president had it been Hispanics' decision. If Hispanics had the opportunity to say so, they would have picked Donald Trump. But he's giving them reparations for shit that Donald Trump did. Okay? No. Oh, no. Oh, we done. But the Black Biden supporters, now you saw the intelligence. Now you can't say I didn't even try to roast him. I specifically just kept asking, hey, okay. What good? What reason? What positive reason? What would a black person have for voting for Donald Trump? Just what name a positive reason, please. Could do it. Could not do it. Kept naming the negative things. That's my job. I was going to do that eventually. You got ahead of me and started naming the negative shit. But this is actually a good thing. This is good. Like Jason Black would say, this is good. This is good because the Black Biden supporters had the thing of, oh, Trump is worse than Biden. Y'all don't understand how politics work. Y'all can't get a specific anything, okay? That's not how it works. We got to get Trump out, and then we have to get the Senate, and then we have to vote for them, and then we can have something. I'm like, okay. So Trump is out, Republican president. Bam, Republican Congress. Democrat president, Joe Biden. Democrat Congress. Congress majority Democrat. Then still, okay, well, we need more seats. We just can't do it without more seats. We can't do it without more seats. But y'all doing it for everybody else, though. If you went to a job, okay, let's say everybody gets direct deposit. They get paid. You get paid. Everybody get paid on Friday. Everybody gets their check early. Everybody gets it Thursday. Friday comes, you don't get direct deposit. You get a paper check. You're like, okay, well, something is something. It's better this than being a jobless. The lesser of two evils. Okay, so you get the paper check, right? But except every time it's time for the paper check, for you to come to get your paper check, the boss is telling, well, you see, Jamal, the thing is that, no, I really want to give you the check. It's just a paper roll. There's been issues with the computer, and we haven't gotten your calculation set the way we need to. So just come back next week and we'll have everything. It has happened week after week after week. Okay, your check was short? Really? Was it short? Oh, okay, you're sure you did the overtime? Are you sure you did? You sure you're not lying? Oh yeah, you did, because I asked you to and you were the only one here. Okay, yeah, you are the hardest working here. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry your check was short. We'll just catch up on the next check. Now, nobody else's check is short. You're sitting up there trying to convince people to come to the job that's not paying your ass. Nobody else's check is short. All the white people getting their checks early, barely showing up, barely contributing to the job. You doing all this overtime that you're not getting paid for. But when it's time for you to get... Jamal, we lost your check. I'm sorry. How about I get this coupon though. I'm sure you'll use it. I'm sure you will. It's for Popeyes. You can get a Popeyes chicken sandwich, Or not for free. So buy one, get one free Popeyes chicken sandwich. How about that one, buddy? How about that? Sorry about your check, Jamal. We'll have it next Now everybody else gets their no. There's no favoritism here. There's no favoritism. No, it's not that at all. I don't see color. Okay, I really don't. You keep you keep sticking with the same stupid ass job that doesn't pay you, despite the fact that you're the only one doing shit for it, but you're not getting paid. And then when it's time for people like, shouldn't you quit your job? No, I can't quit my job. I can't quit that job. You know, our ancestors fought for the right for us to work at this place. So I'm going to work at this place because the ancestors fought for me to have the right to have this job, despite the fact that I'm not getting paid for this job. Okay? Hey, you know, Jamal, I know you have your family reunion vacation. I know you have that. And I know you requested that off 4 years ago. You requested it off, and it took us a while to approve it. But we have a new employee here, Connor, and Connor said that he wanted the next month off. So we decided to give it to him. So we're gonna have to we're gonna have to kind of switch your thing up a little bit. Yeah. No, that's not favoritism. We're just trying to be friendly to the new guy. Yeah. We're like, okay, boss. Whatever you say. Did I get Christmas off at least? Oh, no, you didn't. But the company's not open on Christmas. Well, yeah, it's not open on Christmas, but since plumbers is off on Christmas, we're gonna need you because we have a leak in the sink and the toilet's clogged up. So we're gonna have to ask you to come in and fix the toilets on Christmas. So the day after Christmas, we can come in and have clean stuff. Do it off the books, though. Do it off the books. Okay. That's Black Biden supporters for you. Okay. Oh, man. It is good to be back and chopping it up with you guys. But that's enough. That's it for this episode. Thursday, right? I'm doing a video collab. About, and this is something I've been trying to set up for the longest, about Black people policing ourselves, Black self-policing, okay? This is something that Black people, especially Black men, need to put our heads together so we can do, because we got to get race soldiers out, but we have to replace the race soldiers with a sense of justice, okay? So next video, Thursday, I'm having a collab. I'm having some special guests. Well, guests you guys already know. Some of the favorite guests are coming back. We're going to do a collab. There's going to be an open discussion about Black self-policing. So you guys definitely want to make sure you're here same time Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time Thursday. You can follow me on my social media, J_Elite10 on Instagram and Twitter. Or you can just search up Afro Elite on Twitter and I'll pop up. Okay? If you guys have not subscribed, please subscribe. Please leave a like too. But I got to get out of here, family. Y'all stay safe. Black first.